Stop waiting for the future to save you. Okay? I believe the Western mind has been hijacked. Okay? It's been hijacked by this idea that the best is in the future. Heaven is in the future. Retirement is in the future. All of these things are in the future. As a result, what does that do to our minds? This unconsciously programs our minds to believe that the best is in the future, that we are going to be saved in the future, that we can't find heaven right now on earth. And as you can tell, this can be an extremely detrimental, unconscious belief. Okay, why is this a detrimental, unconscious belief? Because if you believe that heaven is in the future, that the best is in the future, then you will never, ever actually be able to experience the best moment right now. Right now. Heaven right now. Okay? And this is something that I'm genuinely passionate about because it took me 31 years to finally wake up to this unconscious belief that I had deep in my mind that was essentially cucking me or preventing me from having a moment in life of full love, of full gratitude, of essentially a heaven on earth moment. A moment where my soul can finally exhale. You know, and actually experience a full moment of love in this life. Okay? And one thing I can tell you is one moment of a full, unconditional love, unconditional self-love, unconditional love of existence, of life itself, is worth more than an entire lifetime of waiting for that moment. Delayed gratification, delayed gratification. You spend your whole life doing delayed gratification. You never actually ever experience the gratification. And I'm not talking about small gratification. I'm talking about gratification for your own existence. Okay? Gratification for your own life. Actually allowing yourself to love yourself unconditionally and fully and accept yourself fully for your uniqueness and for who you are. You see, if you're here, right, and the year is 2026, and you're saying, oh, delayed gratification, I'm gonna go delayed gratification, the year is 2035. Oh, delayed gratification, boom, the year is 2050. Delayed gratification, bro, you will never ever experience gratification. You'll never actually ever realize that divine spark within you. Yes, that divine spark within you that wants you to feel that gratification, that full moment of gratification right now. Right now. And I think the Western mind, well, I know the Western mind has been hijacked by this idea, that like the future, that the best is in the future. You can see it in everything. Look at the retirement and 401k savings, and it's all about the future. Heaven is in the future. The Savior, the Messiah is coming in the future. I'm here to wake you up. You are your own Messiah. You have to save yourself. You see, because God, the divine lives within you and within me. Okay? Came within us. We came here for a reason. We are born in this life for a reason. We came from our home. We chose to come here, and we will return to our home after we pass away. But we didn't come here just to suffer and wait for that moment where we return home again. We came here so that we can express ourselves, to be free, and to bring heaven onto earth. That is why we are here. And the first step to do that is to know, okay, is to know that heaven is right now. It is this right now moment. Okay? All your practices, any practices you're doing on the spiritual journey, you're doing all this praying, you're doing all this fasting, you're doing all this celibacy, semen retention, whatever it is. The only reason why we want to do that is for us to have that one moment, that moment of realization, right? That moment of realization that we are the divine. That one moment of drinking that divine nectar. And once you have that one moment, boom, all of that, you realize that all those practices was just for this one moment, because this one moment is worth more than an entire lifetime of seeking, of an entire lifetime of waiting for the future. And that's when you identify your purpose, you identify your dharma, and now that is the whole purpose of all of those spiritual practices. Okay? And the thing is, if you forget this fact that the divine spark wants to awaken within you, then your life essentially just becomes a constant self-martyring, right? You're constantly living for other people. You're living for other people. You're martyring yourself for other people unconsciously. You don't realize it. It could be for your family. It could be for your coworkers. It could be for your friends. You're sacrificing yourself. Why? Because you believe heaven, you're going to be rewarded in the future. So your life essentially just becomes a big self-martyrdom. And trust me, I'm telling you this from my own experience. And that's why you can feel the passion in me right now. Because once I awoke into this, I realized, no, I have to save myself. You see, I become my own Messiah, my own Savior. First, by becoming who I am, by becoming who I came here to be, by sharing my light, my unique light with the world. And then once I'm myself, then other people will wake up to themselves, and that's how we wake up. That is how we wake up. Okay, it's not about self-martyring yourself and having this underlying belief of unworthiness, letting people step all over you. No. Okay? And it is your birthright. It is your birthright to experience heaven on earth in this moment right now. And if this feels like, if you feel a resistance to what I'm saying, that you can't experience heaven right now, that like, and when I say heaven, what I'm talking about is just a moment of realization that's like, holy crap, like, it's like a moment of awe. It's a feeling of awe that like, you're really a human being. You really exist. Like, how am I even breathing? How am I even thinking? How is this all even happening? How are you even watching this video? How, like, it's so, there's so much awe and beauty in it, and then you recognize it's all divine, it's all beautiful. And this is the ultimate truth, is we are the one. We are the one in human form. Okay? And any other belief, you are essentially putting a cage on yourself. You're putting a cage on your soul. You're not letting your soul fully exhale and breathe. Okay? You gotta let your soul just exhale. And like actually experience that full unconditional love. Okay? And it's the nearest thing to you. It's the nearest thing to us. It is our birthright. Okay? So just take this as a reminder. Stop waiting for the future to save you. Okay? Because it's not going to save you. Because when you are in the future, you're going to wait for the future to save you, and then you will never have that one moment, that one single moment of full love, of full acceptance of yourself, of your loved ones. That full moment of love, you won't be able to experience it in this life because you're expecting it, because you're putting it in the next life. It's by definition, right? It's by definition. If you believe that heaven is after you die, then you can't experience heaven now. That's the cage that you're putting on your soul. Okay? So if there's one takeaway from this is recognize that divine spark within you. Recognize that your soul is eternal, and recognize that you came here for a reason. You came here for a reason. Okay? And that reason is to fulfill your dharma, which is your unique blueprint, your unique purpose. And only you know it. Okay? And once you identify it, then your life will be a heaven on earth. Okay? So with that, have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember your divine spark, and remember, you will save yourself. No one from outside of you is coming to save you.